This week, we're going to talk about focus, the habits that are stopping you from connecting on a deeper level, and importantly, making space for you and making space for your partner. Look, early fatherhood is going to throw you off track. Initially, you're going to be scrambling for answers. You're going to be trying to find solutions to problems that you've never faced before. You are both going to be doing it while sleep deprived. You're also going to be doing it with little knowledge of the impact that those early decisions are going to have on you, your partner, and baby. But when your mindset is clouded, when you're focused on the wrong things, when you're distracted by the outside world, distracted by that work deadline, the pressures financially of being a parent, the future financial pressures, where does your mind go? Do you find yourself looking for solutions, looking for answers, trying different things or playing out different scenarios in your mind? You see, your focus is very much on provision, protection, strength, unity. It's all about giving your family what they need. But of course, that creates this pressure. And the more pressure you feel, the more you will tend to focus on it. As an example, when I was really in the dark, when I was so consumed by that internal dialogue that had thrown me off track, I couldn't actually participate in anything positive. I couldn't see anything positive. Depression, anxiety, frustration, anger, whatever it may be, will stop you seeing solutions. It will stop you seeing simple things that make the real difference to you, to your partner, and to baby. That early fatherhood experience is shaped by mum, shaped by baby, it's shaped by their relationship, but it's also shaped by the lead up to baby's arrival. It's shaped by her birth experience. That early pressure, that pressure cooker that you're both in, can throw you both off course as you scramble for answers and you scramble for opportunity to just decompress and give baby what baby needs, which is love, affection, attention, warmth, food, the basics. But if we're focused on that next deadline, if we're focused on that next paycheck, if we're focused on just keeping the roof over our heads, then baby's experience is going to be very different because you will isolate yourself. I certainly did. I pushed everyone I loved away because I was focused on the negative. I was focused on the things that were making me unhappy. I kept turning them over and over in my mind. You see, when you're lost and you can't see a solution, or you're not willing to be vulnerable and open up and talk through the experiences that may be impacting the way that you are around your new family, then you can find it really difficult to get out of that funk. You can find it incredibly difficult to give them what they need. You can find it really fucking hard to just be present. And it's your presence that matters in those moments, because your partner, depending on her birth experience, depending on her early motherhood experience, she needs you on form. She needs you focused on the right things. She needs you aware of the pressure that she's feeling. It might be early motherhood. It could be her future career. It could be just worrying about how baby and her are bonding. It could be really complex things. It could be really simple things. But mate, if your mind is clouded, if your thought process and thought patterns is to focus on that negative experience that you yourself are feeling, those negative thoughts that are detracting from the full fatherhood experience, then she's not getting what she needs from you, and baby's not getting what they need from you either. Your focus dictates the tempo. It dictates your passion, your ability to love. Your focus in the moment could be on the outside world, when in reality, your partner, your baby are looking to you for solutions. They are looking to you for love, for connection, protection, warmth. They are looking to you to be present in the room, emotionally connected. But your focus elsewhere on those influences that are causing you pain, that's stopping you living the fatherhood experience that you deserve and that your baby deserves and that your partner deserves. And that brings me to habits. That ability to decompress is so critical for you, for me. It's how we decompress, it's how we disconnect from the outside world that enables us to show up in the moment. It enables us to be present, to give our children that warmth, that love, that connection. But it's also about giving ourselves the space to just enjoy the small things, the smiles, the laughters, the punamis, whatever it might be. There is so much that fatherhood gives you. But when we're disconnected, when we're focused on the wrong things, we don't see it. We don't get to experience it in all its beauty. And we don't get to embrace the vulnerability that fatherhood provides. Because being aware of the things that are stopping you connecting enables you to be warmer. It enables you to enjoy those little things, whether it be baby's first steps, baby's first words, that first bath time, or every bath time experience, nighttime experiences as baby's settling down for sleep. It's your focus that detracts from the joy, from the love, from the things that you truly want to experience as a dad, and those things that truly matter to you. Because if you're focused on the wrong things, then you start to undermine your value, you start to undermine the contribution that you have. If you can't think straight, and I was there, then you constantly question whether or not your role is important. You constantly question whether or not you're showing up. You constantly question whether or not you're doing enough. And that, of course, erodes your confidence, your strength, your courage to a certain extent. But it also just puts up this barrier. And that barrier damages the relationship and bond that you're trying to have with baby. It damages the relationship that you have with your partner. She can no longer rely on you. The thicker that wall becomes, the more pressure that she feels in those early moments, and the more distant you are, the more likely your relationship is to deteriorate. And you'll put it down to having a new baby. But in reality, it's your stubbornness that points. It's your unwillingness to seek support. It's unwillingness to talk things through. It's your unwillingness to take a step forward and embrace that some of this shit is hard. But we're not ready. Why aren't we ready? Why aren't we able to focus on things that truly matter? Why is our judgment always clouded? Why, deep down, do you feel this gut-wrenching fear of failure? Why, deep down, do you not trust your instincts? Do you not trust your partner enough to say to her that you are struggling? That you have found parts of this role, parts of what you've been through in the last 18 months, 2 years, whatever it might be, to be difficult? It doesn't matter what armour you wear, there will always be a chink. There will always be something that is exposed, something that, if exposed, can tear you apart, can tear your relationship apart, can tear your connection with baby apart. Focus, your decision to focus on those things that cause you more pain, that decision is building that barrier. It's strengthening that wall. Your armour will only last so long. Your relationship with your partner will only last so long. She will only take so much shit. She will only listen to your negativity for so long. She will only accept your behaviour for so long. Your focus determines how you show up. Your ability to disconnect in the moment is what makes the difference. You do, and we both know this, you do need to face the challenges that you face. You need to face them head on. You cannot shrink. You have to attack whatever that challenge may be. You must overcome it because people rely on you. Your partner, baby, family rely on you. But from within the four walls of your home, you have a responsibility to go beyond mere acceptance. We both know deep down we've accepted that we're in trouble. We've accepted that we are struggling. We've accepted that we focus on the wrong things. But what we need to do is reach out, is seek support, find solutions, tools, focus on things that will lighten the load, that will take the pressure off. Those things are your habits. Those things are the role that you play outside, at work, at home. Those things are what enable you to show up in the moment. Your habits, how you decompress. What is it? What is your go-to that stops that feeling of pressure? Does it stop the pressure though? That's the key question. Or does it just allow you to put it to one side and ignore it? For someone that ignored the challenges that he faced for so long, ignoring it only does so much because it piles up. The pressure builds. Imagine that layer upon layer of problems, of things that you faced. As they layer up, you become darker. You become less focused on what matters, what's important to you, what's important to baby, and you become distant. And they see it, they feel it. The love is there, but is it a love that enables them to see the greatest version of you? Is it the love that they need to feel in the moment, especially when your partner's under pressure in early motherhood? Is it what baby needs to feel when you hold them close? Look, in the darkness, you have a choice. Step into the light, face your struggle, face your troubles, or take a step further back. You can only step so far before you step over that ledge. And it's the ledge that causes the almighty destruction of the world that you live in. It destroys your relationship, it destroys your family, it destroys the love that they have for you. In the darkness, you cannot see it. You cannot feel it because you are so distracted and focused on those things, whatever those things may be. I had been through so much pain, but I had never faced it. I had allowed it to build. I had allowed my habits to push it to one side. Drinks on the weekend, that's my way of decompressing. Drinks in the evening, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. That inability to just turn off, to switch off. I would need to feel nothing. That is the way I decompressed. I needed to feel nothing. But when you wake up, the problems are still there. You still have to face them. You still have to show up in the moment and give your partner and baby what they need. You cannot bury it so deep that it doesn't affect you, that it doesn't affect your relationship, that it doesn't affect the love they feel for you. Unconditional love, you will feel it from your children. You won't always feel it from your partner, because if you build that barrier, you will push her away. She will lose faith in your ability to communicate, in your ability to be there for her, to be her rock. But it's a two-way street. Admitting that you need support, admitting that you're finding things harder than you thought they would be, is okay. Admitting to your partner that you need to address some challenges is okay. But if you admit it and do nothing about it, What do you think that does? Well, that erodes the trust. It erodes the faith that she has in you. It also erodes your self-worth, your confidence, and the anger and frustration build again. So it's almost like uncorking the bottle. It's almost like you let some of the angst and the frustration out. And you breathe and you can focus again. But that continuation of the behaviours, of the habits that have not helped you move forward, only created barriers, will create more. You have to continuously address the issues. You have to work on yourself. You have to create a set of habits, of behaviours that allow you to do something about it and continuously do something about it. It's called progress. Because your focus, once you've admitted that you're struggling, once you've admitted that you might need support, might need to talk things through, that's a line in the sand. You can't cross back over that line. You cannot go backwards. You must move forward. She is now expecting you to move forward. That creates an underlying pressure. Yes, you need to be accountable, and you're accountable to yourself first and accountable to your family second. But it creates that pressure because you've said too much. You've almost released the shame, but you've now put that burden on your partner. And that's tough, right? So if she's not seeing you make changes, if she's seeing you still bottle things up, if she's still seeing you behave in the same way, if you're still pushing her away, she is going to feel it more. Baby will always be there. Baby will always love you. But they will see your coldness as they get older. They will feel it as you interact, as you are more distant in those interactions. And your partner will watch you from a distance. It will be subtle, but she's looking for improvement. She's looking for progress. She's looking for you to deliver on the promise perhaps you made. And I had to do that. I had to continuously focus on the positive things, focus on the things that would drive us as a family forward. I had to continuously focus on things that made a difference to the way that I felt. Because it's a mindset. Fatherhood is a mindset. You are responsible for their future. You're accountable for the way that you show up. You're accountable for showing up. You're accountable for giving them what they need in the moment. You're accountable for simplifying your approach. But you cannot do that if you focus on the wrong things. And you definitely cannot do that if you are not prepared to make change. Admitting that you have a challenge to overcome is one step. Step 2 is focusing on how you overcome the challenge, how you stay ahead of the challenge, because it doesn't go away. And once you're clear on what's important and the impact that it can have on you, your partner, your family, that is when you have that clarity to lead by example, that clarity to continuously move forward and give them what they need. But importantly, you are focusing on the things that direct you to the position that you need to be in, which is that position of strength, courage, and confidence. It's that position that demonstrates positive masculinity for your family, that demonstrates the role that you play and that you are prepared to turn up in the moment and give them everything. Look, it comes at a cost. But you need to understand and quantify what that cost is. It's a cost to them and it's a cost to you. If you choose to step back, if you choose to understand the challenges that you're facing and face up to them, then the cost of your indecision, the cost of your failure to move forward impacts you, because it destroys your confidence, it just creates frustration, it undermines the value and contribution that you bring to your home. She starts to question whether you're truly committed to her, to your baby, and to yourself. and she starts to question whether or not you're right, you're the right fit. And I'm sorry, but and this is one of the things that holds us back, right? When we admit, or we are on the cusp of admitting that we have a challenge to overcome, that we're drained of our resources, that our energy is depleted, that we're frustrated, angry, depressed, anxious, whatever it might be, to cross the threshold, you've got to trust that person implicitly. You've got to trust her and trust whoever you're confiding in that they won't use it against you. But the moment you cross that threshold and you admit that there's a challenge that you need to overcome, she's looking to you for answers. She's looking to you to make a change. And if you don't make that change, she's going to see your value diminish, because it's hard to accept. But you've said, I'm struggling, I'm going to work on it, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get through it, I'm going to deliver for you, I'm going to deliver for myself. I understand what makes me tick. I understand the cost of my indecision. I understand the cost of not making change. But if you then just go back to the old ways, well, have you changed? Does your focus change? No. Does your ability to show up in the moment change? Does your ability to give them what they need change? No. And this is why you are accountable. From the moment that you accept that you have a challenge to overcome, to the moment that you admit it, and from that moment on, you must continuously deliver. You must continuously push forward. And that's one of the challenges with mental health, right? We seem to think that it's like a blip and we can just get over it. But actually what I found in my own experience is, if I don't continuously move forward, if I don't continuously work on myself, if I don't continuously reflect on the challenges and decisions that I make and the cost of those decisions and the value that I bring, where does my confidence come from? How do I keep moving forward? Mental health isn't a blip. You will experience it from time to time. It's mental fitness, right? In my experience, the fitter I am, the healthier I am, the stronger I feel, mentally and physically. I am able to overcome things because I set my mind to it and I'm prepared to make change, and I'm prepared to focus on things that will bring us as a family closer together, but importantly, enable me to set boundaries and set new targets and deliver in the moment. But it is an ongoing battle. So the moment you admit that you have a challenge to overcome, she will look to you for answers. And you have to make a promise to yourself. It's an internal promise. You have to hold yourself accountable every single day. Because your children need you on form. They need the dad that shows up. They need the dad that's warm, the dad that's committed, the dad that's focused on the right things, that is clear on his role, clear on the contribution and value that he brings. They need a confident dad, a passionate dad, a dad of strength, one of love, one of connection. They need a dad who's ready to simplify it. But focus is the key. Understanding what's important to you helps you move forward. Understanding the cost of your decisions, positive and negative, and the impact that they have, keeps you on the straight and narrow. It keeps your mental health in check. Too often we get lazy. Too often we think we're okay. Too often we just think, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go to the gym tomorrow. I'll write something down tomorrow. I'll reflect on my fatherhood story tomorrow. And then that day turns into 2, 3, 4, 5, and a week has passed. Do you feel better? Or do you start to feel the doubt creeping in, the frustration creeping in? Look, fatherhood is a unique story. It's a unique opportunity for you to just reset. Reflect on the man that you are. Reflect on the challenges that you face. Reflect on the beauty all around. It's an opportunity for you to just become the man that you're capable of becoming. But you've got to face the demons, right? You've got to face the challenges. You've got to face the setback. You've got to understand what makes you tick. Because your children need to understand what makes them tick when they get older. They need to understand how to overcome obstacles. They need to understand that dad is in their corner, standing by their side, shoulder to shoulder, that their dad is a supportive partner, husband, whatever it might be. They need to understand that their dad is focused on the right things. They need to understand that their dad makes space for them, for himself, for his partner, that he promotes positivity, that he drives forward where required, and he sets the tone. He leads by example. He doesn't make excuses. He doesn't hide. He faces up to the obstacles and the challenges day in and day out, because in today's society, your children need that role model. Yes, we talk a lot about mental health, and we talk about overcoming challenges, and we talk about obstacles. But as a dad who lost his way and lost sight of what was important, I failed. I was responsible for their experience. I was responsible for how I showed up in the moment, and that disconnect that we had, that we faced for a short period. I'm responsible every single day for the energy in this house, as are you. The way you show up, the way you allow things to influence your every interaction is down to you. So make space. Understand the role that you play. Understand the man that you want to be. Understand the characteristics that they need to see day in and day out. And if you've accepted that there is a challenge to overcome, and it's eating away at your confidence, and you are ready to admit, and you are ready to seek support, seek help, do so. But just beware. That is the beginning of your journey. That is the beginning of where they need you to be. And you will be held accountable for your action. She will expect change. She will expect you to open up again and again. She will feel closer to you. If you've chosen the right woman, she will have your back because you have her back. But your ability to show up in the moment to give her what she needs is all about understanding. It's all about being connected. It's about recognizing that you are a partnership. It's about recognizing that your mood, your output into the home, your energy levels are going to have a massive impact on her ability to be a successful mum. Her ability to love in the way that she wants to love, to feel confident. Because when maternity leave is over and she's facing that next obstacle of going back to work, if that is her choice, if she has that choice, you are going to need to step up again. And therefore, you need to shed the weight of the shit that you carry. You need to shed the weight of the frustration, the anger, the anxiety, whatever it might be. You need to become a better version of the man that you were. You need the habits, the behaviours that showcase your true time, but also showcase who you are. And, importantly, allow you to become who they need you to be. Become the dad they need you to be. Live with passion. Love from a position of strength and confidence. You are an incredible role model. Whatever you're facing today, whatever challenges it may be, you can overcome it. You can focus on something different. You can create a new path. But the moment you set out on that path, you must stay on that path. You must keep moving forward because they need you to do so. You can no longer hide in the shadow. You can no longer allow the darkness to consume you, because fatherhood will test you to your core, and you need to be on form. You need to be focused on what truly matters, and you need to be focused on what they truly need. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Friday Fuel. I'm Aidan, the founder of the Modern Fatherhood Club. All our resources are available on our website. We have a special offer on all 5 of our ebooks. You can grab all 5 for just £24 today, and they will take you through all the steps that you need to become the father they need you to be. This has been Friday Fuel. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you again soon.